Virgo, this is your tarot forecast for that of August 2016. And for those of you who have just been out traveling, say for a vacation, well, it does look like you have come home with great memories, but also with tasks on your desk to do, because it's like the switch is from some relaxation, which really, really felt good. And it's like, here we go back to the drawing board. Now, there is a mail in specific here that might have something for you that you need to take some action upon, and it looks like that could be very early on here now in August, but you're ready to do so. Nobody is better at tasks at hand than you, Virgo. You know how to deal with that. You're so practical and so conscientious about paying attention to and following up on your work and so forth. So it looks like you might even have been anticipating it, maybe even worrying a little bit while you were off, out and about, and enjoying, thinking, or also knowing what you had to come back to. But the good news is here that I see that you're able to kick back and into that work balance here pretty easily, even though it looks like you could have wished for a little bit more time off. But the good news is, too, it looks like you might have a few days or sometimes still coming where you may be able to step back and enjoy. And I think for you, Virgos, that is something that is so really important for you, because you do tend to not just work a lot, but you really put so much into what it is that you do. So that balance of when we work hard, we also need to play hard. Don't forget to give that message to yourself, okay? Balance, balance, balance. But listen, I think that you have, at least quite a few of you here, have had that ability more so this year when you've had that visit from Jupiter, which we've been talking about in your astrological forecast. It has given you a little bit more space and expansion to include more fun things as well. And we're coming to the end of that journey in your sign, so embrace it while you can here in August. There might be an extra expense coming up here, Virgo, that you might not have anticipated. So don't let it throw you off, because it does look like it is doable, okay? In other words, it's not really going to put you in the hole, but it's one of those things, when is inconvenient expenses ever convenient, right? That's the big question. But you have one here coming up this month. But as you move past it, now there is a female. This is a family member, whether it is a mother or an aunt or a grandmother, depending on your age here. But there is somebody who's going to be needing a little extra support this month. And so I'm saying, yes, you have a lot to catch up on the other things that we've just already mentioned. So here we have a little bit more coming up, and it feels like it could be there about mid-month or so. So pay attention to that, Virgo. And even this, I see that you're able to plow through, you're able to take it on and work it in a way that becomes harmonious to the person here that is needing your extra attention this month. In that, I'm also feeling there is a male. Now, that could be a father or an uncle figure, grandfather. So parents or elderlies this time around here in August, in one way or the other, it's like if she's needing help, then you're also not just helping her, you might be helping him. Yes, you will see how this is going to take some of your attention this month, more so than work and career, because that will, go off in its normal way. You have those things that you do on a daily basis in your routine. So this is more the additional that might come in here for you. Now, your strength, your organizational skill is really going to shine brilliantly this month. I can see here how you are able to just move into the situation and boom, 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 straighten things out, get all your ducks in a row, or maybe their ducks in a row, if we can put it that way, where I'm also seeing that you will be able to align perhaps other people or attention to come in here and be a part of that. So that could be you engaging maybe siblings to come to the table and where you can share whatever is needed. So definitely here somebody within the family or family at large, of course. You know, if it's grandparents or it's uncle, aunt, whatever, then of course even um, cousins, you know, could come into the picture too. Whatever it is, family, family this month. Then, once you're behind it, and I'm feeling it might take the better part of a couple of days there, but then once behind it, everything is straightened out. Everything is good and secure. So let me let you know that. Okay, so nothing to worry about. It's just that it's taking this extra focus of time, perhaps maybe a little unexpectedly from you, but it's all going to work out perfectly. Now, in that, just as you're moving beyond this phase, right behind it, in comes some changes of your own, in your own personal life, that is. And for you, I feel it's perhaps a shift with some perspective or some option that you've been thinking about earlier this year, maybe sometime spring. Go back to late winter, maybe early spring, seems to have been an idea or a longing of wanting to research and start off something. But then it looked like it all cooled down, it stopped up. Maybe time wasn't right, maybe you got distracted, busy elsewhere. That might come to you here towards the end of this month of August. And for that, it feels like this sense of renewal is actually quite joyful. It's more like, yes, oh my God, this is what I want to do now. Okay, so you're starting to prepare yourself, and it's something that can actually take a little time. It's not just a fly by night kind of activity. This is something that you can actually come to engage into as we're moving in to autumn. And I feel that this new cycle here is going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of action, a lot of passion too. Because as you're diving not just into it, but as you're diving deeper into whatever that may be for you, it's going to open up new doors. It's like you start somewhere and then it expands into this direction and then that direction. So it's something that can actually open up multiple levels of interests and insights as well. So spiritually, this is a month I feel that is going to be very close to heart here for you, Virgo. I see there's a lot of love, there is a lot of compassion, there is also the stability of what is coming into your own life, that you're going to be growing this new facet of your own inner diamond, if we can call it that way. So consciousness is definitely something that now I feel is going to be quite interesting as we move forward. Now, let's talk a little bit about love. This month, you know, I don't really see the huge changes, so that's always good news. That means that there's stability here. And the harmony that has been achieved at this point, I see it just flowing along as it does. When we're coming closer towards the shift or the end of the month, then I feel there could be something surprising coming up in this area where, yes, there might be an invitation, there might be an event perhaps that you're going to be tagging along with, or also being the one to invite somebody to an event. Whatever the deal is, either way, this is something that is recharging your energies. It's joyful, and I'm also seeing here that for those of you single, it could be a great month as well, Virgo. For you, it's really wanting to get in touch with not just that inner self, because pretty much you are always closely in touch with it. But for those of you, and of course it's a group reading, so I can't really say this goes for each of you individually, but I'm seeing for a few of you, there is that spiritual yearning, that reaching, wanting to now grow beyond and find new people that really understand your mindset. Okay, so you could discuss with and have these talks with, and as you grow spiritually and say the old crowd of your friends haven't, then it's difficult to have these communications if they're not really attuned with or understanding where you're coming from. So I could see for a few of you that this might be where that social activity might be picking up here this month as you're looking outside of the old group, as you're reaching for people more of like-mindedness and spiritually more so on the same frequency as you, and that can come to open up new doors. Lots of joy, not just for the oncoming months, but actually for the oncoming years. So Virgo, how exciting for you. When we have that growth and that expansion, life never really becomes the same again, because it's like the colors, the filters that we see through our spiritual eyes, they become all renewed as well. Isn't that right? So listen, have a wonderful month of August. For those of you who haven't yet subscribed, you're all excited as I am about what can come to you now in September. Do subscribe and stay updated, all right? Have a good one, everyone. See you next month.